My brothers and sisters, last week we celebrate Easter Sunday, and today we continue to listen the apparition of the risen Lord to the disciples. We could expect that after Easter Sunday last week, the disciples would be joyful and rejoice and full of happiness because their master has risen. But today we notice that the disciples were afraid. The disciples remain fearful. The doors were locked, indicating that they really feel not safe, that one day the door will be knocked and they become the victim of the target of the security forces. Just imagine also like the situation right now with young boys in our family, in our neighbors. They were also afraid, uncertain, in case if one day the head of the quarters and soldiers knock on their door to join the military services. So even after a week, the disciples remain fearful, remain uncertain with their life. And what did Jesus handle the lack of faith, the lack of courage of the disciples? Jesus repeat his presence. Once he said, peace be with you. And then again, the disciples still not convinced with that one. The second time, Jesus appeared to them, and then again, peace be with you. We notice that Jesus did repetition, but at the same time also this is the point of the gospel, the point of the good news for us today, that in front of the negativity, in front of the fearful, the weaknesses of the disciples, the risen Lord remain patient. The risen Lord remain faithful to encourage them. We can imagine the situation like parents, when they have a little child, they teach their little child how to walk. It's very natural. The little child stand up, make one step, two step, fall down, and then naturally the parents make him or her stand up again, and then let the little child try to walk one step, other step, fall again, and then with patience. Usually good parents teaches and their little child to walk despite of falling down several times, the little child crying again, but the good parents always teaches a little child with patience until the little child can walk, until the little child can run and can jump around and then playing around happily. Similarly also when parents teaches the little boy or little girl how to ride bicycle, falling down, again teach them, encourage them, and this is the situation of gospel today. The risen Lord is so patient despite of the limits and the frailty of the disciples. We can see also that one in other story of the apparition. The two disciples of Emmaus, they so sad, they so frustrated, they so despair, went home from Jerusalem to Emmaus, and then the risen Lord, with patience, listen to their story, and then bit by bit, the risen Lord lead them to the point that it is necessary for Jesus to come to the glory, to undergo the resurrection, and their heart burning. So, in front of the human weaknesses, in front of human limits, we celebrate the passion of God. And today we celebrate the divine mercy, exactly this, that God is so merciful. God is so kind despite of our frailty, despite of our weaknesses. And the changes of the disciples happening also when they don't stuck with their weaknesses, when they don't just look at their frailty, but when they realize, when they discover that the risen Lord, that God is so kind, that God is so patient to their growth, to their frailty. The second point that I would like to mention here is related to Thomas. Thomas was absent, yet Thomas was not abandoned by the risen Lord. So when Thomas were present in that evening, and then the risen Lord came and encouraged him. Thomas, come, see, and touch my wounds. So somehow God Himself never abandoned us. No one being abandoned. God redeems all human beings, that no one beyond any salvation. God continue to offer His mercy to each of us. And we can see also in the first reading today, the first Christian community, they witness the kindness and the love of God by sharing their belonging, by expressing their compassion and love among the members. And this is the beautiful witness of the first Christian community, how they experience a divine mercy, and then how they themselves also express their love and compassion to each other. In the second reading from the first letter of St. John encourages community as well as to us that we need to obey God's commandment. And God's commandment is to love one another. And when we are able to express our genuine love, genuine compassion toward each other, the power of the resurrection in us, the power of the risen Lord growing in us. So let us ask the grace that in our day-to-day life we continue to experience divine mercy. We are weak, we are full of limitation, we have our frailty, but let us not stuck with our weaknesses, but let's look at the risen Lord, that He is so kind and so good to us. May the divine mercy always abundant in our life. Amen.